Hola, everyone. It's Josh Vision, and today I'm gonna bring you something a little bit different. Today I'm gonna do a Viking discussion, and it involves Lagertha and the recently deceased Queen Aslaug. So I've been wanting to do this for about since I don't know season two, a little bit of three, but especially with the current season. Since Lagertha, after years upon years of wanting revenge on Aslaug for, as she says, taking her home, her happiness, her husband, all that good stuff away from her. We're gonna try in this video establish both, like pretty much try to figure out if Lagertha, her vengeance towards Aslaug was completely justified. Obviously, in some aspects, it was justified. But we're just saying all around, and if there wasn't a little bit of like unnecessary type of anger towards Aslaug. So yeah, so here we begin right about now. So we have to remember the circumstances from which this whole love triangle. Then again, love triangle is kind of a stretch, but whatever. We'll just say love triangle for now in regards to Aslaug, Ragnar, and Lagertha. So let's be honest here. If we remember from season one, Lagertha was pregnant with Ragnar's son literally right after, I believe, when Ragnar killed Earl Harrison in single combat around episode 5 or 6, I believe. So at this point, Ragnar was told from the seer, I believe around episode 1 and 2, something like that he's supposed to have many sons. And obviously, as we know, when Ragnar, Rollo, and company went over to Northumbria, Lagertha had a miscarriage. And at this point, Ragnar was, understandably miffed. He had a conversation with Lagertha in which Lagertha said to him, "We can have more sons." And Ragnar's like, "Haven't we already tried?" More, you know what I mean? So at this point, Bjorn was 12, Aslaug, recipes, she's about at least a year or two younger than Bjorn. So you're wondering, damn, how many times have they tried? You know what I mean? It had to be a lot for Ragnar to get that pissy drunk. So that leads us to episode 9, which I believe was the season finale of season 1, with Ragnar meeting Aslaug. Turns out Aslaug, is a princess. She is the daughter of the great shield maiden Brynhilde, I believe, and Sigurd was her father. But she didn't reveal this to Ragnar first. Ragnar got attracted to her, started to like her due to her cleverness, in which she sort of made a riddle for her to kind of figure out. I believe it was due to the fact that her protectors sliced. I believe her protectors sliced. At the time, Torsten and one eye. So yeah, it was something along them lines. Pretty much the gist is she was clever. She passed Ragnar's test, and he fell for it. So they had sex a few times, quite a few times, to the point that Bjorn was like, "Yo, you gotta cut her, Dad. Mom would cut your balls off if she knew about this shit." Which leads to another point I want to make is the fact that Lagertha never had a problem with Ragnar sleeping around with other women. In season 1, episode 1, the very first episode, when Ragnar was going to take Bjorn to the thing, Lagertha literally said, "Ragnar, try not to sleep with so many women over in Kattegat." So when she says this, here's where I don't understand when people will get a little like piffy on Ragnar. It was like, "Oh, well, he cheated on his wife." Dude, it's fucked up cheating on your wife, but it happens. Sometimes it's the other way around, and especially back then when it was kind of custom. No one expected dude to stay loyal to his wife. Like, seriously? Everyone? Come on. That was rare. That was a miracle in and of itself. So that connects to what happens in season 2, episode 1. Why did Lagertha, was it really Aslaug's fault that Lagertha left? Not completely. But I'll tell you this. here's one thing I didn't like about the whole Aslaug thing in the first place. When it comes to one, she knew Ragnar was married, so she shouldn't have messed with him in the first place. Okay, she shouldn't have came to Kattegat in the first place, knowing the fact that Ragnar was married to Lagertha, because I'm pretty sure Ragnar and her had probably worked out a deal that she clearly did not honor by her showing up to Kattegat, which in a way was disrespectful to Lagertha. Now, let's get back on the whole why Lagertha was kind of blamed for her own downfall to a certain extent. Lagertha literally, it seems in episode 1 of season 2, she was pissed at Aslaug mainly because of the fact that Aslaug was younger than her. Aslaug was a princess, and at the end of the day, Lagertha at that particular time, despite being a well-known shield maiden, she felt insecure the fact that she couldn't secure the sons that the seer promised Ragnar was going to have that were going to end up being legendary figures. What else? That in comparison to Aslaug, who, she couldn't get pregnant or she couldn't have a successful pregnancy, while Aslaug, just from a jump, looking at her belly, she seemed very fertile. And she was a princess. And at the end of the day, besides being shield maiden, Lagertha's parents were literally just commoners. They were peasants. She's essentially a peasant. So that added to her frustration and, and insecurity. And I believe the next scene, she pretty much gives Ragnar an ultimatum. Leave her, pretty much throw her away, or I'm leaving. And Ragnar's like trapped between a rock and a hard place, because it's the mother of his sons. Of his son. Turned out to be twins, but still, it's the mother of his child. And you can't abandon your child regardless of the bullshit with the mother that that's carrying it. So pretty much Lagertha is the reason why she's been so unhappy. Because we have to understand this after all the points I made in this video. Lagertha chose to leave Ragnar. And that was yet another point Ragnar had to emphasize to Bien when Bien came back from killing the bear and shit. Bien said that Ragnar left him and his mother. And Ragnar's like, no, that's not true. Your mother left me, and so did you. That is the truth. She left Ragnar not out of him being disrespectful towards her or whatever. She left because of insecurity, the fact that she felt essentially replaced by a younger, more fertile woman, even though that wasn't the case, because Ragnar made it clear he loved Lagertha more than Aslaug. And she knew Ragnar loved her more than Aslaug. She just felt insecure of the fact that she was not fertile enough to give Ragnar the children that he needed. And that comparisons, she was pretty much pissed, common poor, while Aslaug was a princess. So the point of this video is, even though Aslaug has made some really you know what? I wouldn't really say Aslaug made some really fucked up mistakes. I think the main reason why people hate Aslaug because she broke up Team Ragnar and Lagertha. And essentially, she was quote unquote a bad mother. But I'll get to that in the next video. All right. So yeah. Thank you guys for watching this video. Like the video if you can. Subscribe to my channel. Write some comments down below. Once again, this is Josh Vision, and adios.